7:30 ABC, Notre Dame, -5.5, coming off the loss, the home stomach punch, if some have told me on Twitter, nut kick, loss to Ohio State at the gun. Squaring off against Duke. This is a big deal for the Duke. He's got game day in town, under the lights, 2 weeks in a row for Notre Dame, where they're under the lights. They're also under the lights next week against Louisville and the week after against USC. So late night for the Notre Dame fans. You can make your jokes later.
Yeah.
I think what it means for us here, for the purposes of this show, is that you will get a raw, unfettered tie at least the next 3 weeks running.
Mm-hmm.
You and I disagree on this game too.
Yeah.
Why do you like Duke?
I think Duke is a good team.
Okay.
And now look, they haven't really played anybody since the Clemson matchup, and I like to discount week one because week one is a little bit all over the place for everyone. I believe that they have a good defense. They've been taking care of business once again, which I believe to be underrated. I'm into quarterback, I'm into defense, and in a letdown spot of letdown spots, provided Notre Dame puts 11 guys on the field, I think it's just an advantageous situation for Duke. I think the energy and electricity will be there. It's still Duke, but I like that combination. I like that situation, and we're still talking about a Marcus Freeman. As good as Sam Hartman is, and I think will continue to be, Sam Hartman throwing into a good defense in a letdown spot with a head coach who is fully able to lose to a less talented team has shown that to be the case.
He has.
I think Duke has a coaching advantage in Mike Elko.
Okay.
And so if you give me home coaching, maybe quarterback is probably a nod to Sam Hartman, though I don't know, Riley Leonard's really good. Defense, I think we have two good defenses. Notre Dame's certainly more talented and I think has a higher ceiling, but there is that home and letdown effect to me. Not that Notre Dame is going to take Duke lightly. Game day's there. It's a big deal, but I don't know. I like the situation, and I like the team in that situation, so I'm going Duke here.
I'm worried about Notre Dame after last week. I'm worried about a sluggish start. I think the first 8 minutes of this game are going to be paramount, and how they look coming out of that loss. I don't know how you can't get off to a sluggish start. That was, again, use whatever characterization you want. The stomach punch, the nut kick, the punch in the teeth. I don't care. It was tough, and I got to believe the players are feeling it as well, and Duke's going to be fired up for this one. I am worried about Riley Leonard. He's obviously very good. I'm fully expecting Duke to come out and go on a long, sustained drive where they go up 7-0 in the first quarter. It's just going to happen. That is going to happen in this game. I do think, though, that over the course of 60 minutes, Notre Dame's going to grind them down. And they're going to do it up front in the same way they did with NC State, frankly, in the same way they did with Ohio State. It's going to end up as a similar styled game. It's going to take them a quarter to get that ground game going. Once it does, I think everything else starts working. This is not the Ohio State defense. This is Duke. Duke's a very good defense with a very good coach, but the talent is not the same. So you can move the ball, you can score on Duke, maybe unless you're Clemson. Just had to get that in there. Let's throw that in there. Notre Dame needs to win this game.
You think you can score? Okay.
Notre Dame needs to win this game, and they know it. I think they bounce back. I think it's 28-17. They beat the Dukies.
Okay. Fair. It's not a terrible pick. The only thing I take exception to is like grinding down Ohio State. Did they score a first half touchdown in that game? Like, they didn't prove much offensively against Ohio State.
No.
Fair?
No.
Okay. That's the only.
They proved. Here's what they proved. They proved that what I have been saying the entire season so far is not BS. That's what they proved. What they proved is this is a team that needs to get the ground game going so that it enables the pass, which is how they've wanted to play all along. It has not been the other way around. Sam Hartman can do that. It can set up the pass. This team is at its best when they get Audric Estime going, except apparently in the biggest moments of the game, which is a conversation from last week. But they need to get that side of things going first and established to open up what I think they want to do offensively. And it just sometimes has taken a while. But when it does, it works. And I think it will work here.